Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Natta with you as we kick off Pegasus World Cup week. Of course, the big day, Saturday, a 13-race bonanza, 7 graded stakes, culminating with the $3 million Pegasus World Cup as the finale, race number 13. But let's start it on Wednesday. We've got a 9-pack for you, including the Rainbow 6 in race number 4 with $375 in the estimated jackpot. Let's turn it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello for the course and the weather conditions.
The weather, well, it's crisp for South Florida standards. Temperatures in the 50s. The main track is good. We have had some rain, so we're off the turf today. The Tapeta track is always fast. In race 1, number 6, Point to That Star. Make the jockey Edgar Zayas. Scratch the 13, Valued Dreamer. Racing at Gulfstream. Good start for Miss Mitoli, who heads off for the early advantage. The race favorite Bella Mendes in the pink colors between horses. Getting started on the outside, Stewbold into the top flight. Widest of all is the gray Mama Maritza N. Point to That Star trying to improve with the white blinkers nearest the inside. She races ahead of Sweet Manhattan. Honor Her is next, followed by Want All the Smoke, who was a bit slow into stride. It's a length and a half to My Sweet Adeline with Something Simple and Greek Sing. Out the back is Blazin' Praline. Around the far turn they go. Here's Stewbold to have a crack at Miss Mitoli. Stewbold shoves a half length in front. Miss Mitoli is there second, 2.5 better than Bella Mendy, who's a ridden third. These top 3 have a big gap on the rest, led by Sweet Manhattan. Point to That Star backs away, trying to wind it up from the back. Blazin' Praline and My Sweet Adeline. They have Stewbold to get. 1/8 of a mile to go. Dylan Davis and Stewbold by 2. Bella Mendy tries to gain late ground. On the far outside, Want All the Smoke is rolling home for Ruiz. Want All the Smoke is surging big time, but Stewbold is home first. Stewbold wins a half a length. Want All the Smoke rallied into second. Bella Mendy third. Then Honor Her in 105-1. And they're off. Good start for Be Here Now. In between horses, Olga's forwardly positioned. Galop de Hermé joins the top flight and both sides down at the inside. Second last early, Miles of Smiles, and Royal Poppy improves at the rail. Down the backstretch they go. Both sides has a narrow advantage. Right alongside her is Olga from second. Galop de Hermé trying to hold down the third spot with Be Here Now on her outside. Royal Poppy is along the rail, and the trailer is Miles of Smiles. 23 seconds for a reasonable opening quarter. They pass the half-mile marker. It's both sides with rail position and the lead. Olga's on the chase second. Into a pocket goes Royal Poppy, into a joint third. 3 wide, Galop de Hermé. Another 2 back to Be Here Now, asked to quicken, but not doing so. And the trailer is Miles of Smiles. They round the far turn at the 5/16. Both sides has a narrow lead. Olga's between horses, 3 wide. Galop de Hermé with an upset possibility, looking for room to thread the needle is Johnny V on Royal Poppy. Royal Poppy did not get through. They're off the turn. They're in the stretch drive. It's still both sides the target. She's 1/8 of a mile out. Royal Poppy up the inside, tries to alter course. Down the center, an elite run coming from Miles of Smiles. They come past the 16th pole. Both sides driven out. Royal Poppy second on the outside. Miles of Smiles third. It's both sides to win it. It ended up very close for second. Too close to call, in fact, between Miles of Smiles and Royal Poppy. But both sides remains razor sharp. 118-2.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. Star Performance begins very quickly and reaches out for the early lead, sent through at the inside, always to the end. Going to try to run with her. These two race on. Away third, Windrush, together with Mrs. Cashman. Out in the middle, Uncaptured Skeet. The one at the back is Corona Princess. To the far turn they go. It's always to the end, on top to the turn by a length and a half. Star Performance is chasing together with Uncaptured Skeet, third and fourth. A gap of 2.5. Perez has Corona Princess moving around horses into fourth now. At the rail, Windrush and Mrs. Cashman at the back. They reached the top of the stretch. They went 22 seconds for the opening quarter. Always to the end by a half a length. From the outside, it's Uncaptured Skeet. In between horses, Star Performance. Outside, Corona Princess. On a roll now. Off the turn in the stretch drive, and it's Corona Princess surging forward on the outside to take the lead. Always to the end has just lost second to Uncaptured Skeet. Star Performance tries to get a check, but the winner is Corona Princess. Corona Princess and Edgar Perez for Doug Saylor by 4 in the end. Uncaptured Skeet, I think, wins the place picture with Always to the End battling back in 58-2. And they're off. From the inside, it's the Dude Ranch who gets the first call and goes looking for the lead from Unbounded Movement, who's away in second. On the outside, Gulfstream Mary D makes it a 3-wide move, and way out wide is Miss Paula. Saving ground toward the inside, Lady River Lily, followed outside by Wellness, who's racing inside of Breeze Through Time. Starlight Luna is second last and wider than a mile as last of the 9 as they chase Dude Ranch. Dude Ranch to the backstretch leads through a 23-2 quick opening quarter. Outside, Miss Paula's second from Gulfstream Mary D, who backs off the race in third. A length and a half to Unbounded Movement racing on the outside of Lady River Lily. Wellness is 3 wide in front of an inside running Breeze Through Time. Wider than a mile, a bit rank while second last, and Starlight Luna now at the back of the field. They go half a mile from the wire. Up front now, Miss Paula shoves a half length in front through a 47 half-mile speed. Here's Wellness making a move on the far outside. Wellness is under a hold, but moving up to challenge for control now. In between horses, Lady River Lily, 3 wide Unbounded Movement, 4 wide wider than a mile, 2 back to the inside and Breeze Through Time as they round the far turn. It's Wellness who comes away with the lead. On the outside, Bravo sends wider than a mile to attack mode for an upset threat. Down at the inside, Gulfstream Mary D, they're a quarter of a mile from home. 3/4, 112-3, off the turn with Wellness the target. On the outside, wider than a mile, tries to go get her toward the inside, Unbounded Movement. Breeze Through Time is next. They're an eighth of a mile from home. It's Wellness in front. Wider than a mile with another shot on the outside. Wider than a mile, surging forward for Joe Bravo. Here's a late run from Breeze Through Time, but wider than a mile. What would it? By a length and a half. Second is close. I think it's Unbounded Movement over Breeze Through Time. trouble at the start for Novella. She was last to break. The Drexler duo begin the best with I'm Into Mischief in front early from Wicked Mercury in second. Love Her Lots will angle to the outside of them and race from third. Mia Mori is in early fourth. Novella, after the less than stellar start, is away second last. And the long shot My Happy Holiday, last of the half dozen. They chase Javier Castellano and I'm Into Mischief. I'm Into Mischief on top by a length and a half. Love Her Lots is second. Wicked Mercury is third. Mia Mori races from fourth, then Novella and My Happy Holiday. Quarter time, 25-1. They have 6 furlongs to race. They have I'm Into Mischief to catch. She's in front and doing it well. 3 parts better than Love Her Lots in second. Wicked Mercury along the rail is an in-hand third with Mia Mori out in the middle in fourth. A length and a half to Novella and 2 back to the trailer, My Happy Holiday. That's the half dozen with 4.5 furlongs remaining. I'm Into Mischief through a 50 1/2 mile. Love Her Lots is second. They've gone a length better than Wicked Mercury, who is now third. Mia Mori fourth. Novella's along the rail, and My Happy Holiday last. Around the far turn, the pace picks up. Gonzalez turns up the heat with Love Her Lots on I'm Into Mischief. They're shoulder to shoulder now, 2 better than Wicked Mercury. Let go for a run. Here's Novella. Circling horses on the move into fourth now as they race to the top of the stretch. The real race has begun now with Love Her Lots trying to wear down I'm Into Mischief and Novella trying to sweep the field as they turn for home. Out the middle, Novella has swept by for Luca Panici, moving clear at a length and a half advantage with 1/8 of a mile to go. Love Her Lots is second. Wicked Mercury is third, but Novella overcomes a less than stellar break for a 7-5 victory. Novella in front. Very close for second, but Wicked Mercury got up over Love Her Lots third. Then I'm Into Mischief in 143-4.
The Fasig-Tipton Kentucky Winter Mixed Sale, the last mixed sale before the start of the breeding season. Featuring racing broodmare prospects, yearlings, and mares in foal to their sport's top sires. Recent grads include multiple Grade 1 winner Adair Manor, graded stakes winners Fast as Flight, First Peace, Leave No Trace, Olivia Darling, and Running Bee. Kentucky Winter Mixed, February 3rd at Fasig-Tipton in Lexington, Kentucky. Where will you be?
And they're off. From the far outside, Vertron fleet-footed off the mark, and he'll take the lead. Moving toward the inside, Focusin's going to run with them. These two get acquainted. They've gone 3 better than Fatouche, who is allowed to settle and stride into third. Mohawk River's in the green cap between horses, and Don't Rock the Boat is along the rail. So Vertron and Edgard Zayas intent on getting the lead and getting over. They've done both. They're at the half-mile point in front by a length and a half. Focusin is second. Velasquez has been patient on Fatouche. He's in the black colors, getting out of touch while third. At the inside, Don't Rock the Boat, and Mohawk River is last. They went 22-3 for the opening quarter. They're less than 3 furlongs to go. And Focusin and Jorge Ruiz on the attack now. Vertron has the lead and tries to turn him away. 2.5 to Fatouche, who tries to stay close to the top duo, working 4 ahead of Mohawk River, and they're at the top of the stretch. They went 45-4 for a half mile. Vertron, he cuts the corner, and he still has the lead with work to do. Outside, Focusin tries again, and he starts to gain ground. They come past the 8th pole. Here's Focusin on the outside of Vertron. Vertron is tiring. Focusin trying to pick him up. Focusin and Vertron. Vertron tries to hold firm. Focusin surging. It's a photo! That's really, really close. Vertron on the inside. Focusin on the outside. Fatouche a well-beaten third and 111 flat. And they're off. You Be the Judge, slow to start. Bodacious Brent a step slower than the others. Talkin' Tipsy wins the break, taken on by Miss Vivian, who's marching up and around horses to take the lead. Miss Vivian and Zayas to the top. Now into second is Mama Nana's Corn Muffin toward the rail. In between horses, Talkin' Tipsy. My Lady James is 3 wide. 3 back to Drumroll, then You Be the Judge, and Bodacious Brent is last. Around the far turn at the 5/16, Miss Vivian, sharp on the top end, leads by 2.5, 3 wide. My Lady James a joint second. Talkin' Tipsy works between horses, shuffling back Nana's Corn Muffin up to the outside Drumroll. They're off the turn. They're in the stretch drive. It's Miss Vivian who turns for home on top by 2. To attack mode now. My Lady James in between horses and Talkin' Tipsy. They're 1/8 of a mile from home. Miss Vivian still with a clean pair of heels. She's 2.5 in front. My Lady James is second, but her time has run out. It will be a gate-to-wire victory for Edgar Zayas and Miss Vivian by 3 in the end. I think it's Drumroll who gets second over My Lady James third. It's closer for fourth in 56 and 3. They're off. They're off. Bobbling at the start was Reminder. In between horses, Catch a Tiger wins the break and goes looking for the early lead from Shankar, who's at the rail. Dear Dad's out in the middle. He's a joint second now. Second last is Reminder. The early trailer is Uncle Armando. Easy lead for Dylan Davis and Catch a Tiger. They're on top by 1.5 lengths from Dear Dad in second, so Cassie runners are 1-2. At the rail, Shankar is now third. Reminder is fourth, and the trailer is the late-running Uncle Armando. 23 and 1 for the opening quarter. They're less than 6 furlongs from the finish. It's Catch a Tiger in front by 1.5 lengths. Dear Dad is an on-hold second. Shankar is trying to keep up with the pace while racing a joint third. Reminders on his outside, and 2 back to Uncle Armando. Down the backstretch they continue now, and it's Catch a Tiger. He's in front from Dear Dad in second and Reminder. Shankar along the rail and Uncle Armando at the back. The half mile was 46 and 3. They have less than half a mile to journey. It's Catch a Tiger about to be confronted by his stablemate Dear Dad. Shankar struggled to keep with the tempo. He's dropped back to last now. 3 wide and Reminder. Uncle Armando's had pace ahead of him as they round the far turn. That's all for Catch a Tiger. Dear Dad takes a clear lead. Reminder and Uncle Armando are stretch challenges. They run past 3/4 in 1:10 and 3, and it's Dear Dad who has the lead with this to throw away. Uncle Armando swung to the center to try to go get him. Reminder's hard at work between. Off the turn and the stretch drive, it's Dear Dad, roused on the top end by Edwin Gonzalez in front by 2.5. From the outside, Uncle Armando tries to catch Reminder for second, but time has run out to catch Dear Dad. Dear Dad is a driving 8th race winner. He'll win by 3. Uncle Armando second, Reminder ran third, Shankar fourth, and Catch a Tiger in 1:41 and 2. And runners away. Good start in the middle for Ponent, who heads off for the early lead, crossing the inside traffic. Ponent to the top. Westside Tide is away in second, saving ground into third is Wheelhouse. The Gray Salted Caramel comes away in fourth, followed by Enduring Hope. Moving up on the outside, Mythic Performance is ahead of three. They include We Live This Game and Debt Limit. The early trailer is Wincham. The early leader is Ponent. Ponent and jockey Edwin Gonzalez to the backstretch, a length and a half in front of Westside Tide in second. Wheelhouse is third at the inside, followed by the Gray Salted Caramel, who's now a joint fourth. Mythic Performance moves up on his outside. Debt Limit is between horses. We Live This Game is three wide. Enduring Hope is along the rail, and the trailer is Wincham. Opening quarter was 24 seconds flat. It's Ponent the target. He leads by almost a length. In between horses, it's now Westside Tide second. Moving out the rail into third is Wheelhouse. Out in the middle, Mythic Performance. Getting shuffled back is Salted Caramel. Moving up is Debt Limit. Then We Live This Game. That's all for Enduring Hope. And Wincham is trailed throughout. They round the far turn through a 48 2/2 mile. It's Ponent on top by a length and a quarter. Up on the outside, Mythic Performance has moved into second. Moving out the rail, Wheelhouse. Westside Tide between horses. Ruiz trying to feed Debt Limit some racetrack within 6 lengths of the lead. Floating wide off the turn is Salted Caramel, and they're at the top of the stretch. It's still Ponent the target. He's a quarter of a mile out and 3 on top. Everybody else working very hard in behind him as Debt Limit tries to rally into the exacta, but at 4-1, Edwin Gonzalez in the midst of a late double sweep. It's Ponent who will go gate to wire. Ponent by 4 in the end. Debt Limit is second. Wheelhouse ran third. Mythic Performance is fourth. And Westside Tide to complete your high five in 139 4.
And that's a wrap on the 9-race Wednesday card. We're back with you on Thursday, 9 more. And I just want to let everybody know again, of course, the big day on Saturday, Pegasus World Cup Day. Tickets are going fast. Make sure you get on the website and get them if you're thinking about coming out here to beautiful Gulfstream Park.